Hi, and welcome to a small working hour in my simple workshop. I got problem with my Mathews TRX 40, first generation. I was putting on new strings and cable because my shooting has been worse and worse, in fact. And when I did that, I found out that the ball bearings in the cams was really bad. So I started looking how to switch those in a simple way, because to buy new cams with ball bearings here in Sweden, it's crazy expensive. But we have Swedish-made quality bearings, so I instead looking into switching those 3 that are in each cam. But the problem was that 2 of them was standard bearing size, and 1 of them was like in old skateboard, you know, when the ball bearing was like built in with a spacer distance on the inner ring, so to say. But nowadays they have 2 standard bearings and a spacer in between. So I did the same thing here, or I will do the same thing here. Put in 3 Swedish quality bearings and used 1 of the old ball bearings as a spacer. I will cut it down a little bit and just use the inside of it. So let me show you how I did this, or will do it now. I don't say this is the best way to do it, it's just my way to do it. For this work I need to make a special tool, and of course you can buy it in some kind of workshop too. But I redesigned an old drill I have that was a little bit oversized comparing to the inside of the ball bearing. So I was milling off a little bit with my Dremel, and I was having a pretty snug fit to this part, but I cannot push it further on. And the good with this thing is that I can use the hammer or something to pull it out, push it out, I mean this way. But I could also put in a screwdriver in a small slot I made here with a Dremel too. You have to do it so deep so the screwdriver don't get into the bottom. Instead it will expand the drill just a small piece, and that will make it possible to expand it inside the ball bearing if I knock the screwdriver down in the drill. And in this way will I be able to knock the ball bearing out this way, so I can use it in both directions. But to use it in this direction I need to really knock the screwdriver down in the drill with a small hammer too, so it expands inside the ball bearing and you easily are able to get it out.
Time to use the tool. So we will kick out the 3 bearings, but we must be very careful to not damage the big ring for the cables, because that is also a big ball bearing. But you do it in both directions and you get all the 3 ball bearings out from the cam. Then I warm up carefully the cam a little bit to make it bigger, so the ball bearings will easily slide into the new position. Same thing, be very careful with the big ball bearing on the other side. Just push or press on the outside ring of the small new ball bearings and get them flattened straight into the right position. Smooth, turn it around and do the same thing. Very careful with this ring, because this is a big ball bearing too, very sensitive. Then it's time to do the spacers, so you cut 2 of the old ball bearings with the Dremel, put in the screwdriver and squeeze it apart so you can get the inside tubing ring out
So
from it.
what I did here was that I was cutting the outside of the bearing, the ball bearing, to get it in small pieces, and this inside ring is what I will use as a spacer on each of the cams. So it's an easy way. Use your old bearings. Be careful to don't cut your new bearings.
So this is how we will use the spacer. Put back the part of the cam that you have removed before, and you see I put the spacer on the center axle here before I mount it, so I don't have to try to squeeze it in or something like that. This is a pretty easy way to get it in the right position. Of course, in the bow press you have to work it a little bit to get everything in line and so on, but you should be able to press the axle straight through everything here when you get in the right position. Yeah, nice and smooth.
I hope this small video will help you to understand how you can maintain your bow in a good way. It's not that complicated. You just have to take care and do it slow and without any stress. I'm so happy to have my Mathews first generation TRX up and running good again. But when you do this, please check the timing afterwards, and also the peep direction. You see my Hamskea peep is 90 degrees wrong now, because I was turning the string 90 degrees up here when I put it together again. So be careful to do it the right way. Take your time, no stress, and enjoy this great bow. It has gotten me, in fact, 3 nationals last year. In field I was second, but in 3D and indoor and outdoor target I was #1 in the old man class, you know, the people that shake a lot and don't see so good. So take care, have fun, and bye bye from Sweden today.